Howdy YouTube, my name's Ethanra, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So yes, I am still alive. I summoned the will to live, to keep going, because I know if I lay down, I'll forget. Plus, I can't really sleep at the moment. So we're going to jump into Union Cross to kill time, as well as talk about some things. Namely, my luck. If I've not said it before, I'll say it now. I have horrible luck. Matter of fact, I have inverse luck, as I'm fairly confident. I said before, especially in the Luck Sword video, luck itself is my nemesis. I don't know why. I don't know what I could have possibly done to deserve the luck that I have. For example, my luck is not just bad, it is ironically so. And there are so many examples I really don't even want to bother getting into it, but I will tell you the most recent, if you have not seen the video before last, not the one I just made, not this. Hey, it's my dude, it's my bro. That's yeah, he's actually in my party, unless it's a different one. Nah, that's got to be him because he said hi, so he knows. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. And then, oh my goodness, and see, even that itself is ironic, because I was just saying how bad my luck is, and I actually run into someone in my own party. Do you see? Anyway, let me just calm down. So the bad example of my ironic luck would be, of course, my food poisoning video will be the one I make directly after my favorite video that I've posted ever since I started YouTube. The one that follows immediately after that is my food poisoning. Go figure. And then when I get on here to talk about how bad my luck is and how ironically bad it is, that would be the time, and the only time I have ever seen, that someone in my party actually is with me in Union Cross outside of Nexus, because I didn't plan for BTW. He joined of his own volition. We weren't in a party together. We just met. What are the odds of that? And it happens to happen in this video, where I'm talking about how bad my luck is. Do you see this vicious cycle I'm in? Have I stressed that point enough? I don't know. I must have been supernaturally cruel to young puppies or something in a past life to deserve the kind of luck that I have. But as much as begroaning my misfortune does alleviate the problem, I actually do want to talk about some things. Like, I can't even remember if I said this in the last video. Like I said, I had to remake that thing several times. I had to remake this one, in fact, several times. So I'm not 100% certain if I've already said it, but in case I did and it didn't get recorded, or I'm just derping out, excuse me, it's still really early in the morning and I am getting on my food poisoning, so you'll have to let it slide this one time. But I meant to talk about how I was thinking about Kingdom Hearts. I was watching some Kingdom Hearts videos of people fighting bosses and all that stuff, and I was thinking all the interesting worlds we get to visit. I really did say this before. I know I have. I just don't know if it was in that last video that got recorded or if it was in the last video and I started over. But I digress. So it made me think. We have some. It feels so weird because I don't know if it was recorded or not. There's no way I'm just going to go and check because I don't waste even more time. But, you know, debating it is just going to waste even more time than that. So fine, I concede. So I was thinking about how we have some unique worlds. Well, not unique. What I meant was, well, actually there are some unique ones, but I'll get to that point in a second. What I meant to say was there are some really well-known worlds that we get to see a lot, like the Colosseum, and how that was upgraded to also hold the underworld. And I remember now, I did say this, it just didn't get recorded. And then there's some more unique ones, and that's putting it politely, worlds where we literally only come across them one time, and that would be world like Tarzan's level. How the heck we got the Little Mermaid's level like 3-4 different times if you count the final mixes and whatnot, and Tarzan's only once or twice if you count the final mix? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but for some reason I guess people prefer musicals over tree surfing, but that's not me. I'm not that guy. But to get back to the main point, I was thinking about that, and it made me think, what other worlds would be pretty interesting to see if, for like Kingdom Hearts, for Sora and pals to go visit. And while Toy Story is an excellent one, no doubt about that. It made me wonder if for you old school, not early 90s kids, do you remember this show called Darkwing Duck? I personally would love to see Sora and pals go visit the world of Darkwing Duck. I would just like to see how that would go down. Like, I can't even imagine. I hope it wouldn't suck. But just think about it. For those of you who know Darkwing Duck, just imagine how Kingdom Hearts would take a spin at that. I think it would be pretty interesting. I honestly do. But maybe that's just nostalgia talking. But I do feel better now. I don't feel like I'm, I can't even explain it. Like I said, I wasn't in pain. I don't really know how to describe it. But yeah, I believe that's all I really wanted to say. I'm going to run one more with BTW. And yes, I know that stands for by the way, but it's just weird calling him that. So, BTW. I mean, I know that's not much better, but still. What was I saying though? Yeah, right. So this video is just basically talking about how bad my luck is, and of course, make probably my favorite video on this channel. Second only, well, no, not second only, but the second one being the one with the Luxord event quest. That's my second favorite. The one I titled Cotton Candy Pear. You all would probably like that one. That is my new favorite. And like I said, of course, the very next video will be food poisoning. And that's not the only ironic misfortune about that video. Isn't that right, Eternia? I already told you what the other one was. But then, to add more fuel to the fire, when I am talking about how bad my luck is, then something incredible happens, and we already been over that. I just cannot stress enough how bad my luck is, because you all probably look at it as, oh, he's just complaining just for the sake of complaining because he has nothing to talk about. That's not true. In general, I have nothing to talk about, but I find something to talk about, or I have a topic in mind and just talk about it when I get there. But for this, you all just don't know. You honestly do not know just how often this happens to me. And I know everyone has their off days. I'm not saying things like, everyone in my family is dying around me. I mean, come on now. We're not trying to be melodramatic here. I'm not saying it's anything like that. Nothing bad happens to me. It always has to be ironically so. It can't just be like, oh man, whoa, wow. It's not like, oh man, you missed the boat to Paradise Island. Oh, that's too bad. That's bad luck. Mine would be like, oh man, you missed the boat to Paradise Island, and this was the once in a lifetime chance where all the tickets were free. That's how my bad luck is. And before I completely forget, to add more irony to that misfortune fire, my favorite video on here, Cotton Candy Pear. I already mentioned how I can't control the screenshots. I mean, yeah, the thumbnails. Sorry, I meant to say thumbnails. I can control the screenshots, but I have no control over the thumbnails. I got you, bruh. I have no control over the thumbnails. And so here's more irony for you in case I didn't hammer it into your head enough. The Cotton Candy Pals video has like begin quests on it, like the T is not quite there. And that personally bugs me because another thing about me is one of the things I don't like is when I'm off by one. Excuse me. Like, let me give a quick example here. Say, for example, to make it as relatable as possible. Say, for example, there's a mission in this game where it says kill like 10 enemies in a minute. Okay. So, I go into it and I cannot find a single enemy. I fail hardcore. I can live with that versus going in there, trying my best, killing 9 enemies, get to the 10th one, and then kill him 10 seconds and a quarter when I only had 10 seconds left. So basically, I ran out of time just by a quarter of a second. I failed. That's the thing that I hate. That's what grinds my gears, is when I fail by one. Or a collection kind of mission where you have to collect something within a certain amount of time. I can only collect 9 and never find the last one and run out of time. That bugs me so much. I'd rather fail and get nothing than fail by being off by 1. So with that being said, oh, another thing is I don't have anything against the number 9. You're finding a lot of weird things about me this episode. I have nothing against the number 9. I actually like that number. But when it comes to like having, I guess it's mild OCD or something, when it comes to like having a collection of something or I don't know, just in general, I never like leaving it on a 9 because it makes it feel like it's one off from being complete. Like, say for example, I'm drawing like, I don't know, birds in the sky. I'd rather it be 10 birds than 9 birds. Or, ironically, misfortunate, my 40th video was my food poisoning video. How about that? It would be the one to round it out. And then in addition to that, my food poisoning video has the most unique thumbnail. It's the only time... Actually, no, it's secondly. It's the second most unique because it's similar to Skull Semper Fidelis. It's similar to that where it's like me fighting some Heartless surrounded by that. But in this one, it's like I'm completely hidden, so all you really see is the Heartless. So of course, that one would have a thumbnail like that. But Cotton Candy Pals, that sounds kind of funny. Cotton Candy Pear would have the beginning quests one. There's no T. You know what I'm saying? That bugs me so much, but I'll get over it. But I think I've rambled enough for now. I don't want this to turn into a 30-minute rambling. Thank you all for putting up with my ramblings. Sorry it's been all over the place. You know, food poisoning, can't sleep. Been kind of agitated all day long because of my misfortune. Food poisoning definitely didn't help. But I'm going to go again, but I'm going to have to end the video now. So thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you around.